look over there. All black boots and long hair. Say, come here, baby, let me catch you stare. Like the way you walk when you walk over there. Ain't no girl like, ain't no girl like that. No girl like that. I just want to talk to you. Want to talk to you. Come on, let's drive around. Take the top down, fool around. Come on, let's drive around. Take the top down, fool around. Hey! Hey now, would you look over there? Big red lips and long blonde hair. Say, come here, baby, let me get you a stare. Like the way you walk when you walk over there.
All right, how you doing, folks? Ron Raymond here from the Raymond Report for a Wednesday, Wacky Wednesday. It is August 31st. Hope you're having yourself a good start to your Wacky Wednesday. As always, don't forget, subscribe to our channel by tapping that notification bell in the top right-hand corner, or hit the subscribe button below this video if you are using a mobile device. Today's podcast is brought to you by the Raymond Report. You can get the Raymond Report each and every day right here at atsstats.com, and you can also download our podcast on your favorite platform, either on Apple, Spotify, wherever you download your podcast. You can now find the Raymond Report. All you got to do is type in Sports Betting Podcast or the Raymond Report Sports Betting Podcast, and you will find our podcast on all the platforms. All right. Hope you're having yourself a good start to your morning. My name is Ron Raymond. I'm a 5-time sports handicapping champion based out of Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. It's 18 degrees here today in the sunny nation's capital, and hopefully it's sunny and raining W's where you are at. And hopefully, going into this week that you're all prepared. And we had a really good show yesterday, and I'm looking forward to today's show. And, last year I used to have this theme of the show, and I want to bring that back. And today the word of the day is overkill. Yeah, overkill is the word of the day, and the reason why I'm bringing back the word of the day, because doing the research the last couple of days, I found myself and like, oh man, this is heavy volume work right now. College football is back. College football alone could be overkill in some respect. Then you got the NFL next weekend. You got CFL, baseball. You got the playoffs heating up, and it's a lot of fun. But overkill is the word of the day, and you don't want to get in an overkill situation. But we'll get to that more into the show. All right, speaking of the show, I want to welcome all the people in the bullpen. That's what we call our members area. And if you're interested in joining the Raymond Report, you can see below on our YouTube channel, there's a join button, and you can join the bullpen and have access to all the perks. And one of those perks is if you sign up at atsstats.com and you're a member of the bullpen, you will get 50% off your next membership right here at atsstats.com. Use promo code bullpen. Again, if you're a member of the bullpen club, hey, why not take advantage of that 50% and get access to the Raymond Report, the computer picks, and all the bells and whistles that you see here each and every day on our YouTube channel and also on our platforms of the podcast. All right, speaking of information, in 2009 I wrote this book called Ron Raymond's Top 50 Sports Betting Secrets, along with 30 bonus tips. And if you're interested in that book right there, you can get it on Amazon or ATS Stats. There should be a link in the description leading you to this page, and you can download the book. It's an ebook, and it's a good read, and it'll help you, especially if you're a novice sports bettor. It will help you with your sports betting. Speaking of sports betting, last night I dropped some picks into the Discord. Now, if you go to our YouTube channel, you're going to see in the top right-hand corner this little icon here. That's our Discord. And if you you click on that Discord, then it's going to take you to this page right here. And once you're into the Discord, what you want to do is go to the all the tabs like MLB and the college football, NFL when it gets going. And I also put a 7-team college football parlay, beer and pizza money, and I'll be doing that once a week. So, and that's to encourage you guys to sign up at the Discord. Go into the Discord, go meet the other ramblers and gamblers of the bullpen, and we've got a great community here at the Raymond Report, and really love the people that we have here. It's a good community. We respect each other, and the thing I love about our community is sometimes we'll agree to disagree. just like yesterday, we had a little bit of, yesterday was a pretty heavy, intense workshop where we're talking about the culture of winning. And as a former coach, and people who don't know, I used to coach football at a university, high school, community football. And one of the things, and you're always talking with your other fellow coaching colleagues, and the one thing I always say to them is, say, in football, the hardest balance in football, and I'm sure any coach at any level will agree with this, the hardest thing in creating a culture is it's tough to include fun in winning. And when you think about that, just think about those two words. How do you incorporate fun in winning? Because if you want a winning football program, it can't be fun all the time. Sometimes you got to sacrifice a bit of fun for that winning culture. And it's one of the biggest trick of the trades in coaching football or coaching any sport. And any coach will tell you who's very successful is that there's a certain culture and environment you're trying to create. And sometimes players, either they buy in or they don't buy in. Or, how many times do you hear players, it's no fun. It's no fun because depending on the program you're in and the culture that has been developed there, right? But yeah, it's one of the balance that I talked about yesterday about winning culture. And if you want to look at yesterday's video, about halfway through the workshop, we talked about the college football. In fact, I'll go back here, and if you want to look at the article is called "The College Football 7-Year Winning DNA Culture." If you want to take a look at all the teams, I put in 2 conferences of coaches' records and the A, B, and C type teams, and you want to check that out. Also, I would just, before you check out that article, I would go back to yesterday's, no, I don't want to go there. All right, there we go. You just go back to yesterday's video, and you will see it was a pretty good show. It was a pretty good show. Like, again, it was pretty intense at sometimes, very deep, but that's what this show is all about, right? And speaking of the show, we're here to help and educate the novice sports bettor and how to avoid beginner's mistake in sports betting. And that's one thing. That's one of our mission statements here at the. It's one of our goals at the show, right? Anybody who tunes in for the very first time and they want to have fun at sports betting, and there's that word, right? Fun and winning. It's everywhere you go. You're gonna find those two combinations, fun and winning. It's hard to balance it in the same time. But if you're winning, then you're having a lot of fun. If you're not winning, well, there's no fun right there, right? All right, I want to say good morning to the bullpen. I see the Nature Boys in the house. Hey, Coach, what was the Blue Jays parlay you had last night? So I had the Dodgers, I had the Blue Jays, and the Cleveland Guardians. And thanks for reminding me. Yeah, good night last night for yours truly. My premium picks are now 10-1. If you look at my premium picks, and I'll get to that in a few minutes, I'm very selective when I do the premium picks, and I'll show you that in 1 second. But getting back to the roll call, and that's what we do here each and every day. Anybody who's new to the show, come into the bullpen, say hi, good morning, good afternoon, or good night, wherever you're located, and come and meet the bullpen. And you see the Nature Boy, nice call on the Guardians last night. 85 degrees in sunny Kenosha, Wisconsin, says bad news 44. And welcome to the show, bad news, and hopefully you got some good news for us later, because bad news 44 is not a good handle if you're just always going to bring us some bad news. We need some good news here for 44. Hey, I feel like Maxwell Smart, Agent 99, Maxwell, bad news 44. Halday Anderson's in the house. Good morning, crew. RBG Pricey, good morning. It's a Maine World. Jermaine Brown's in the house. Boss Hog in the General Lee car. Good morning, crew. Tongue Tied 89's in the house. And so everybody's doing a bit of a roll call right now. And again, welcome to the show. And this show is all about fun, right?
Can we have fun? You're damn right. I demand that we have fun.
Yeah, we always have fun here on the Ram Report. And speaking of the Ram Report, let's bring out the golden rules, the 5 fundamentals of the Ram Report sports betting tip sheet. And if you are a sports bettor and you're really pulling your hair and you're just not having a lot of fun, as Rex would say, try the Ram Report. And you got to have some type of philosophy, some type of system, and this is mine. I look for value. I play the percentages. I check out performance cycles, either team or players. Player availability, I went into that yesterday. I don't handicap injuries. I only handicap who's ever available to play, and I use a very disciplined money management system, and you can find that system here each and every day at atsstats.com. Throughout the show, you're going to hear me talk a lot about A, B, and C-type teams, and those A-type teams, those are teams what I call my alpha-type teams. Those are teams with a 60 or higher win percentage. The B-type teams, those are teams with a 50 to 59.9 win percentage, and the C-type teams, those are teams, the bottom dwellers, 49.9% or lower. and I very rarely bet on C-type teams because it's about winners, and Mike Singletary wants winners.
I want winners.
Yeah, we all want winners, Mike. And also, you're going to hear me talk about bullish, neutral, or bearish cycles of teams. And teams that are bullish in Major League Baseball, NHL, or NBA are teams that are 7-0, 6-1, 5-2 in their last 7 games. And teams that are neutral, those are teams that are 3-4, 4-3 in their last 7. They're win one, lose one type situation. And then you got the bearish teams, 0-7, 1-6, 2-5 in their last 7 games. We also have the 10 Commandments. In the 10 Commandments, and these are the golden rules of the Raymond Report of sports betting, and it's all agreed upon from the bullpen with the Ramblers and Gamblers. And rule number 1, avoid or don't bet big money on C-type teams with losing records. I never lay points. In sports, I will bet the money line, or I'll take the points for the underdog, or I'll just bet the over-under. I don't bet on double headers in baseball. I follow a disciplined money management system, which you can see here on the Raymond Report when you tune into your tip sheets. Never force a pick because you need action on the game, and this is where the overkill weekend will come into effect. And again, the word of the day today is overkill, and because of all the college football, right? You're gonna be handicapping a lot of games, and you're gonna say, "Oh, I love that, I love that, I love that." Then you're gonna start making your picks, and you're gonna say, "Is this overkill?" Boom. There's the word of the day right there. Never chase a losing bet on a bad day. Don't bet with your wallet, not your heart. Beer and pizza money if you're going to bet on C-type crime. Never bet against A-type teams when they are bullish at home. The 24-hour rule of betting is this. You're coming off a great day. You won a lot of money. You're feeling great. Take the next 24 hours off. Enjoy the win, because in sports betting, just like in sports, we don't enjoy the wins enough. Enjoy the wins. Buy your husband or your wife a nice dinner or something. Get her a nice gift, or buy him a nice gift, and enjoy those wins. And also, don't be betting on teams that are in a bearish cycle. And what I mean by that is a team that is struggling, right, Joe Namath?
Struggling.
Teams that are struggling, you don't want to bet on those type teams, and those are teams that I just talked about in the Raymond Report, teams that are 0-7, 1-6, 2-5 in Major League Baseball, NHL, or NBA, or teams that are struggling or bearish in the NFL, college football, CFL, are teams that are 0-3 and more in their last 3 games. All right, there's the prerequisite of the show. Hey, that's the golden rules, and these are the fundamentals. Hey, you need some ABCs of sports bettings.
These are the ABCs of me, baby.
Yeah, these are the ABCs, and I know it sounds like a good Michael Jackson song right there, or Jackson 5, ABC 1, 2, 3. But you do need the fundamentals of sports betting, because if you don't have fundamentals, then you got nothing. You got nothing. It's like when you first started driving your bike, you need training wheels. Well, training wheels are like fundamentals of sports handicapping. If eventually you're going to take off those training wheels, but you got to have some fundamentals, and hopefully we can make you some money or help you have fun in your sports betting adventure. And that's the key word, right? You got to have fun in anything you do in life, because if you're not having fun, you got to ask yourself, why do I do it? All right, let me see who else is in the house. I see tongue-tied. There's F for fantastic. He's in the house. How you doing there? Good morning, F. And let me see here. 9 viewers, 6 likes. I like it. Yeah, let's get those viewerships up. Hey, let's share the podcast. Let's get more people into the bullpen. And if you do enjoy the show, hit the like buttons. And I always appreciate the bullpen having my back and making sure that everybody hits those likes. I have no idea if it's anything to do with the algorithms, but it doesn't. It helps my helps my feelings knowing that you guys like the show, right? And that's why I guess they took out the dislikes, and probably a good thing, because then I'd probably go crazy see all the dislikes. But hey, it is what it is. I love the soundbite says tongue-tied. Let's have some fun. Yeah, I always have some fun here.
Can we have fun? You're damn right. I demand that we have fun.
Yeah, always have fun here at the Raymond Report. All right, got a good show lined up for you guys today. And again, the word of the day is overkill. And just, when I say the word overkill, it's just, like I say in French, right? Slack la pédale. And in the translations, that is like, put the foot on the brake sometime, right? And if you're looking at your tip sheet or your homework, and you're saying, man, I feel like I got a lot of picks here, I'm gonna bust my bankroll. That, my friends, is called overkill. Really, less is more. I can't stress this enough. Man, I just wish somebody in my teens and 20s would have pulled me aside and say, hey, what the secret of life is? Less is more. And I would have probably agreed. Who knows if I would have agreed in my 20s. I was pretty bullheaded in my 20s. I'll just leave it at that. All right, so let me see here. What we got on deck for you right now is the World Series of Handicapping Pro Football Contest, and you can sign up today at worldseriesofhandicapping.com. We are going into season number 11, and I'm going to bring up these beauties right here, and this is our past winners, and look at the rings that they are sporting. And folks, sign up right now because the contest will be here as quick in the New York Minute. You'll be saying, man, I can't believe I waited, and I've waited, procrastinated so long. How many times we've done that, right? I'm going to join that contest. I'm going to join that contest. Next thing you know, it's like Sunday. It's like, oh, man, I didn't join that contest. Join the contest right now at worldseriesofhandicapping.com, and it's a free contest. And that's the worst part. If you didn't join and you knew it was free and you're kicking yourself later, well, every day I'm going to come on here until next Sunday. Not this Sunday, next Sunday when the NFL starts. And you want to join this contest because the player with the most amount of units won at the end of the year. And what you got to do is you sign up, and each week you log in. You make 7 picks a week, and sides or totals, rate those picks 1 unit to 7 units, and the player at the end of the contest will win this beautiful Baron Championship rings, courtesy of the World Series of Handicapping.com website. All right, so we got that out of the way. And again, the word of the day is overkill. But before we get to the overkill, we always go feed the ponies.
1 minute to post time, approaching the gate. They're at the post.
All right, let them out.
They're moving into the gate.
Get them in, get them out, get them over. They're off and running today at Saratoga in New York. In fact, it's a race number 1 today at Saratoga. Is a $70,000 allowance race, 105 post time. Race number 1 is a hurdles race, so let's go to race number 2. Race number 2 is a $40,000 maiden claiming race, and the 139 post time in race number 2. 7 furlongs on the dirt, and we are going to recommend one of my favorite drivers, Luis Saez, the number 3 horse, Laughter, and we all need a lot of laughter in life. Number 3, 3-1 morning line on Laughter with Luis Saez in the saddle. And you can see the number 2 horse, Matty Surprise, with Jose Ortiz. And then you got Cucaro with John Lascano in the saddle with Cucaro, the number 5 horse. And then you got Del Davis on the 8 horse, Summer Snow, 6-1 morning line on Summer Snow. And that's our Joker's Wild selection, our medium long shot. But if I were to play this one here today, guys, I would go with the number 3 horse, Laughter. And hopefully it's the theme of the day for tomorrow, because we're laughing because we made all that money with Luis Saez coming down the wire. And if you're going to bet Luis today, I would recommend you use the Double Dutch betting system, and that is, let's say you got a $20 budget, put 10 to win, 10 to place on the number 3 horse, Laughter. This way, if he comes in first, you get paid twice. If he comes in second, you get paid once, which is also nice. So Laughter, the number 3 horse, 3-1 morning line with my guy, Luis Saez in the saddle at 31% in the money, last 100 race. And that is your free horse racing pick today for a wacky Wednesday. No, yeah, it is Wacky Wednesday. August 31st, and after tomorrow we say bye-bye to August, and I know Bo Jackson and myself will be sad about that because our birthday's in August, and but you know what, September is coming, and we'll have a lot of fun with overkill football, right? So we're going to see a lot of football in the next 6 months. I used to have a neighbor when I used to live on my other house, and he was a big golf fan, and every April his wife would pull the sign on the door, "We interrupt this marriage for golf season." Hey, I think we need to get one of those signs for football season. Hey, everybody puts that thing on their door. "We interrupt this marriage for football season." I'm sure my wife probably is chuckling right now because she probably agrees with that. But I thought that was that was a good timing right there. I just thought of my old good friend Andy there, where I used to live. So, little shout out to Andy, my good friend across the street. And let me see here. Boss Hog says Dodger plus money today. Everyone taking the Mets. You know what? Well, I'll get to that. I do like the Mets here today with DeGrom on the hill. Just shared the stream on social media. Tongue Tied. Hey, thank you, Tongue Tied. Appreciate that. He's going to pick Ortiz Jr. Nope. I picked Luis Saez. No, darn, no Ortiz. There he is, Luis. You know why I like Luis Saez? In 2019, I believe it was 2019, when we went down to Miami and we went to Gulfstream, and Luis Saez won like his first 5 races, and I bet Luis after the first race, I kept betting him, and since that day, when I always say, you always sometimes you remember your wins, but you always remember the losses. That day, I remember Luis Saez, and I said, you know what, I'll never forget that name because he made me a lot of money betting the ponies that day. So that's why Luis Saez, every time I say Luis Saez, my guy Luis, because my guy Luis made me a lot of money on that trip. So I love the Gulfstream Park. Yeah, Gulfstream Park, beautiful park. If you ever been to Florida, Hallandale Beach, go to Gulfstream Park. You know, just take the day off, whatever, and you're gonna see they got a beautiful area where the horses come out before the race. You can sit down. It's like a little stadium. You can see the horses. They show you the horses, and then they trot off into the track. It's a beautiful, beautiful facility in Florida. All right, let's get to your market watch here today for a wacky Wednesday. It feels wacky today, eh? I don't know. I'm in a great mood. I don't know why. Just you ever get those situations sometimes? You're just in a good mood. You know, everything's flowing out nicely, and everybody in the bullpen's having a good time. And yeah, so it's a wacky Wednesday. Maybe it's because it's the end of August. All right, let's go to the Major League Baseball. I find a good track near. I need to find a good track near me. Says Tongue Tied. Hey, you know what? Depending where you live, if you live in the sticks, it's going to be pretty hard. But if you live in a metropolitan city, there's one around you. And if it's not horse racing, it'd be what do you call it? Harness racing. Yeah, if you don't have a thoroughbred track, you can get harness. I know here in Ottawa we don't have thoroughbred. You got to go to Toronto, but we do have Rideau Carleton Raceway. It is a harness track right here, harness racing. All right, speaking of racing, last night the Toronto Blue Jays finally, the Blue Jays, playoffs.
Playoffs? Don't talk about it. Playoffs? You kidding me? Playoffs?
Well, I'm hoping to make the playoffs, but I'm a Blue Jay fan, right? I like the Blue Jays, and I watch them religiously. In fact, I watch almost every team in the American League East religiously. But the Blue Jays lately, it's as if they get that one big inning and then they live off that inning. You can't win baseball games like that. You can't live baseball games with just one big inning. There's a reason why they play 9 innings. You got to try to get a little bit of consistency. But speaking of consistency, you can see the favorites last night, 9-6 straight up, 7-7-1 to the over-unders on the 7-day average. 57.9% of the favorites have cashed in the last 7 days. 49.9% of the overs. We are in a neutral market when it comes to betting the totals in Major League Baseball. And last night, 60% of the favorites have cashed in. So a pretty good day. And you know what? Almost right there in the year-to-date average, 58.8. So if you're betting favorites, hopefully you are doing well. And speaking of doing well, I did pretty good in my picks last night. Back my premium picks. If you're interested in getting my premium selections, get them by going to the website. Go to Picks, Premium Picks. You're going to need a membership to get access to this special discount because in order to get this price, you need to be a member of the website. And you can see I'm very, very selective when I give my premium picks, right? Here there was a day of 5 days off between giving a premium pick. Here there was 2 days off. Here there was 3 days off here. 1 day off here, or no days off here, 19, 20, a couple days off. But what I'm getting at is can't think that you're going to have a Picasso every day. And that's what I call, every time I have a pick that I love, I call it my Picasso or the silver bullet, right? And you're not going to always get that Picasso, that silver bullet pick each and every day because you're just not going to feel it every day, right? And it all depends what the menu on the board is. And sometimes it's not there. Go to rule number 5 of the Raymond Report, the golden rules. Never force a pick, right? Especially a premium pick. So if you're very selective and you're patient and you understand that it's a marathon, not a sprint, because a lot of people get into sports betting thinking, all right, I got to make my $1,000 this week. I'm going to Vegas next week. I got to win a lot of money. It doesn't work like that. You need to have a bankroll. It's just, and again, I'll sound like a broken record. It's like buying stocks. It's like buying property. It's like buying crypto. You're investing into the long term, right? If you're a short term bettor, well, it's really tough to make money in the short term, right? If you're patient and pick your spots and you start off with a decent bankroll, you can make a nice little profit at the end of the year. And again, it all depends what you think a big profit is, right? If a profit is just $100 above your bankroll, starting bankroll, then it's a win-win, right? At the end of the day, you just want to show that you have $1 more than you started with, and then to me, that's you've won, right? All right, so a little bit another get off my lawn type rant right there. Hey, always going these Ron's rant. That's the coach in me doing that. Who's Mizzou's in the house? How you doing there, network? was up to the bullpen. It's the network. What's up, bullpen? The Yankees are back. Okay, easy. Easy there, nature boy. Hey, I love Yankee fans. Yankee fans, they were nowhere to be found in August, and all of a sudden they win 2 games, and they're all coming out of the woodwork. Hey, said the guy with the Yankee hat on. All right, let me go to the ABCs. Yeah, let's...
A, B, C. A, always, B, B, C, closing. Always be closing. Always be closing.
Always be closing those winning tickets, and the way you close winning tickets, for me anyways, is I bet on A and B type teams, which I talked about at the top of the show. And the A type teams right now that are bullish is the Dodgers. What a game last night at Citi Field between the Mets and the Dodgers. Houston, bullish right now. The Mets, Atlanta, the Yankees are neutral. So those are teams that are, hey, they're win one, lose one type thing. And you can see by their record, 3-4, 4-3 in their last 7. And the teams right now, the St. Louis, Toronto, San Diego, Philadelphia, Cleveland. Cleveland's a team I'm watching right now. They were one of my premium picks, and now they're back at home. So we'll see how that pans out. You got McKenzie going here today. Milwaukee and Baltimore, those are teams that are neutral. The only teams that are hot right now, and Seattle and Tampa Bay. And sure enough, they are trying to compete with the Blue Jays for that wild card spot, right? And tough luck yesterday for Shane McClanahan. Shoulder situation. Man, the Tampa Bay Rays and Minnesota. I can't forget Minnesota. There's the Twins. They're also bullish. Big win last night for the Twinkies over the Boston Red Sox. But Tampa Bay, Kevin Cash can't get a break with his starting pitchers and relievers, right? If name me a team who's been more decimated with pitching than the Tampa Bay Rays the last 5 years, right? Remember Archer when he first started? He was over there. He was also on the DL. It's just Tampa Bay is it's like Philadelphia for goalies. Hey, Tampa Bay is like Philadelphia for goalies. You just don't go there if you're a pitcher. Anyway, I don't know why I just thought about that right now, but yeah, Philadelphia, same thing in hockey. That's where goalies go finish their careers. All right, the C-type teams, the only ones you want to trust right now are Arizona. Hey, the D-backs they're playing some good baseball right now, and those are your ABCs for a Wednesday, Wacky Wednesday. It is August 31st. All right, we're gonna get right into the a little bit of a workshop, but not gonna elaborate today on the workshop like I did yesterday. Yesterday, hey, probably gonna say like my word of the day with a little bit of overkill, but you know what? When you tune into the show, I'm gonna get these days where I'm really passionate and I'm all in on a certain topic. Yesterday was one of those days, right? And if you're new to the Raymond Report and you're saying, man, when he's gonna get to the picks? Well, this show's not about picks. So this show is about learning, education, having fun. Hey,
Can we have fun? You're damn right. I demand that we have fun.
it's about having fun, giving you hopefully winners, but it's about education, right? It's about education. And yesterday was one of those days where I just, and if you follow the show, you see the theme. And one thing I try to never, and it's one of my golden rules: don't deviate from your fundamentals. The thing is, when I'm trying to really emphasize, when I first got into sports betting, and everybody's going, oh no, here he goes. Yeah, back in the day, when sliced bread came out, there was Ron handicapping games, and the thing is, when I came in, it was a different era in sports, right? It was an era dominated by the dynasty team, owners who had a lot of money. Then parity came along. Then you had to adjust to parity. And, back in the day, I used to, bet a lot of favorites. Then I would listen to a lot of the guys that I respected. When I first got in, the guys that were my friends, Russ Culver, Mike Lee, Greg Dempson, like all the guys. Remember the Stardust Invitational? Like I used to listen to the show on the Vegas Insider, and all these guys would talk, and I would writing and soaking everything in, and I would listen to that, and I would just but they always never take favorites, and I started listening to them, and I started betting more underdogs. And when you start betting more underdogs, and I've shown you with the stats, right, the percentage play doesn't get there. And I think sometimes you got to be very careful to get in that underdog mode. Like I used to have a rule that I would never lay over minus 150 in betting base. Then after giving it a lot of thought, I said, okay, what am I doing? What's more important, the price or the percentage play? And this is where 7 years ago I went back to the drawing board and I came out with the Raymond Report. Anyways, just to get on the topic of winning, the culture of winning, which I talked about yesterday, one of the most important things. That's why you see when I do this show, I'm always talking about A and B type teams, because I really don't care about C type teams. Not that I don't care, just that I don't feel there's a lot of value in them bringing you financial gains in the long run. You're betting the long run. You're in this for the marathon. Just don't think trying to find underdog value every day is going to really benefit your bankroll in the long run. All right, enough of that. Get off my lawn rant. But here are the A-B type teams. And here's the thing. Whenever in baseball, you're betting on those A-type teams in baseball, and I'm talking about the Yankees, Atlanta, New York Mets, Houston, and Los Angeles. Now, today is August 31st. This could change. It could change next week. Next thing you know, maybe the Mets are down, or the Yankees are down into the B club, or to Baltimore or Tampa Bay, or somebody in the C club, the B club comes to the A club. This will always change, right? So what I'm getting at is that whenever you're betting on these A-type teams at home, this is one of the rules that I talked about. Never bet against an A-type team that's bullish at home. You know why? Because A-type teams win 68% of their baseball games at home, 59% on the road. Those B-type teams, 58% at home, 50% on the road. So think about that. If you're betting any of these B-type teams on the road, the average win is 50%, but at home, 8% more at 58%. And here's why I don't bet on C-type teams. Because if I'm betting on C-type teams at home, I've got a 43% chance of winning that bet. If I'm betting those B-type teams, C-type teams on the road, I've got a 41% chance of winning. If you ever ask me, why do you never bet C-type teams? Proof's in the pudding. Proof's in the numbers. Okay? It's a numbers game. It's a numbers game, and knowledge is power. And if you want to bet on those C-type teams, you got to do it short-term thinking, because in the long run, C-type teams will not win you money in the long run. Anyway, there's today's workshop. Hey, not as in-depth as yesterday, but hey, you got to pick your spots. And I said yesterday, anytime we do this show, Monday, Tuesday are going to be heavy lifting days, right? Those are days where you're doing generation of stats, getting everything prepared for the weekend for overkill football. Hey, word of the day, overkill football. And I say that in a fun, in a tongue-in-cheek type of manner, because you get once the NFL starts going, you got college football, you got NFL, you got CFL, if you handicap the CFL, and you got like 200 games that you feel like you're handicapping, right? Stardust was my sports book. I missed that play, says Boss Hog. Dodgers underdog today. GM, good morning, lads. John X. Timmy Two Shoes, MLS, oof. Yeah, my MLS, you talk about Major League Soccer, Timmy Two Shoes? My niece is in Portugal. Where's my good friend Rui Pedro Nogueira? Yeah, so my niece was in Portugal for 3 weeks, as I told you guys, and she went to the Benfica game yesterday, and she showed me a video of the game where Benfica won. They played a team called Paco Ferreira or something like that. Paco Ferreiras. She says the team from the north of Portugal. But it looked like a really good time. The stadium was full, and I just saw MLS soccer right there. I think you mean MLS, right? But love these rants, says Tongue Tied. Don't forget, peeps, the premiere MLS today. Yeah, Timmy Two Shoes is a soccer fan. But yeah, so she was out there, and she's having a great time in Portugal. So shout out to my niece, Olivia. Hope you're having a good time. And I know you're listening to the Rain Report, right? The Bronx Bombers, babies. Yeah, the Yankees are back, says the Nature Boy. Hey? Yeah, whip me, give me two. Tick, tick. Hey, Ric Flair. And tick, 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 boom. Paul Goldschmidt to get a single today, says Brent Vianney. I took the over ALS teams yesterday. Red Sox let me down. Yeah. You know what? I watched a little bit of that Red Sox game, and Verdugo was in right field. When he dropped that fly ball, I said, oh boy, that could be the string of something. And sure enough, next thing you know, they scored 2-3 runs after that. It's always amazing after an error or something like that. Then the House of Cards falls right after, right? All right, speaking of House of Cards, let's go to Major League Baseball for today, August 31st. And don't forget, folks, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this podcast on your favorite social media platform, either Google. Now Google's a social media platform now. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, wherever you're on your social media. Let's get more people into the bullpen. And don't forget, sign up to the bullpen. It's only $4.99 for the week. Be a member of the bullpen. Love to have you on board. And take advantage of the 50% discount that you can get right here at ATSstats.com just by being a member of the bullpen. Put in promo code bullpen. you will get 50% off a 1-year membership right here at atsstats.com. All right, I did my homework this morning, and like I said yesterday, there'll be mornings I'll be able to do my my research. Then days like yesterday where it's just college football, you're generating stats, you're getting things ready. Tuesdays are very, very busy, Ruby Tuesdays. All right, game number 1, it's an afternoon game. You got Houston taking on Texas. You got Christian Javier taking on Martin Perez. Now, this is an afternoon game, and Javier's record is not that great. In fact, when I'm looking at his record this morning, 7-9, 2.97 ERA. Javier's has only won one game in his since July 6th. For a team like the Houston Astros, one of the top teams in one of the A-type teams, to have one of your pitchers not only win one game since July 6th, you got a weak link in your rotation. Okay, I used to talk about that in football practice, right? Don't be a weak link. A team is like a chain. You can't have a weak link in that chain, right? Everybody's pulling that chain together, and you're pulling in that championship, right? See, I'm in coach mode right now. I feel like you guys are you're all my players, and I'm coaching you guys up to win that big game today. All right, Texas, and not having a lot of fun this season, 58 and 70. I don't know if Woody's going to be around again next year, right? We'll see. Oh, hit the mic right there. Almost a mic drop right there. I'm going to lean towards Perez. I like Perez better over Javier, but Christian Javier. I do like the Texas Rangers here today. Like him, don't love him. Give me the Rangers today. Pittsburgh taking on the Brew Crew. Hey, did you see those Brew Crew yesterday? Those uniforms? I love those uniforms. Hey, the Brew Crew uniforms. Milwaukee minus 175 is the price tag. Freddie Peralta going to toe the rubber today against Zach Thompson of the Bucks. The Bucks winning yesterday, 4-2. Milwaukee, just like the Blue Jays, struggling on offense. Struggling on offense, and they'll be if they want to win some baseball games and get to the playoffs.
Playoffs? Don't talk about it. Playoffs? You kidding me? Playoffs?
Yeah, well, you better keep your eye on the prize because you won't be making the playoffs if you keep losing baseball games to the C-type teams like the Pittsburgh Pirates, especially at home. You can't lose your home games in September, late August to C-type teams, right? You got to beat the beatables, and right now the Brew Crew, they're going to have trouble today. But I do like Freddie Peralta here. I'm giving him a 61.3% chance of winning today at Miller Park. 2:10 Eastern, first pitch today at Miller Park. San Diego taking on the San Francisco Giants, and we'll see if there's a San Francisco treat in store for us here today because you got Alex Wood going up against Joe Musgrove of the Padres. Now, Musgrove, hey, deep breath time. Musgrove pitching, and he has his last win June 16th. Now, ever since he got that big contract, and did he just meld it in or what? I'm going to go with the Padres today, a deep breath. I'm going to grab my bottle of Pepto-Bismol. I'm going to go with the Padres here today at minus 135 and a 47.4% chance of winning. And the reason why I don't like the Giants right here, they're on a 6-game losing streak, and man, they are struggling right now. All right, Baltimore taking on Cleveland. Hey, Cleveland, really, just like I felt in August for Baltimore, I'm getting that feeling for Cleveland in the months of September here, late August. Cleveland going to send Tristan McKenzie to the hill against Jordan Lyles today of the O's. A 29.6% chance of winning today for Baltimore, who are now on a 2-game losing streak. They lost yesterday 5-1. Cleveland had that big inning. It wasn't it wasn't a pretty win, but they got the deal done. The one thing with Cleveland, I like their bullpen. They got a really good pitching crew right there, and 56.9% chance of winning. Give me the Guardians today against Baltimore. St. Louis taking on the Cincinnati Reds. Looking at the St. Louis Cardinals, losing 5-1 yesterday against the Cincinnati Reds. Today you got Jose Quintana. See if you can get back on the winning track for the St. Louis Cardinals. A 58.8% chance of winning for the Redbirds. And you can see here Cincinnati going to send Mike Minor to the hill. And 31.7% chance of winning on the percentage play. Give me the Cards today at Busch Great American Ballpark. Not at Busch Stadium, at Great American Ballpark. All right, deep breath time. And get to Tampa Bay against the Miami Marlins. And there she is.
Put that coffee down.
Coffee's for closers, and Gloria K is a closer. And yeah, I saw your message this morning, Gloria. Hopefully your membership is okay now. Hopefully you can get in. Sorry I'm late, Coach. No problem. Nico Kelly, welcome to the show. Big Brent's in the house. How you doing there, Big Brent? Hey, I like that name. Oh, no, F says Big Brent, a.k.a. Parlay Slayer, has been hitting. Oh, okay. So we got somebody who hitting some parlays here. And that is, was it Big Brent, aka the Parlay Slayer. I like that. Don't forget, folks, sign up at the Discord. In fact, if you go to our YouTube channel and you go right up here, I posted a 17 parlay in college football, and you'll see the strategy of the parlay, and I'll get to that in just a few minutes. But let's get more people posting into our Discord. Let's get more people in the bullpen, and let's close the deal and get more closers into the bullpen, right? A little football, baseball pun right there. More closers into the bullpen. You like that one? Not bad. Okay, bring my A game on a wacky Wednesday here today. All right, Tampa Bay taking on the Miami Marlins. You got Drew Rasmussen going up against Trev Rogers. Now, it could be a different pitcher. I saw on some of the fantasy sites that I scour in the morning, there was no starting pitcher, but I'm thinking it might be Trevor Rogers. It could change. So if it does, please post it into the bullpen. Miami on a 3-game losing streak. Hey, Tampa Bay, I was looking at the history, the last like 5, 6, 7 games. Tampa Bay owns the Marlins, as Denis the goalie would say.
Joe own the Chiefs. Owns.
Yeah, they owns the Miami Marlins right now. And you can see right here, Drew Rasmussen and the Rays, let me see, what's the line? Minus 125. So a little bit of a short price here today on Rasmussen, but you got Tampa Bay, a pretty good baseball team, up against the Marlins. And you know, the good news is we're not facing Sandy Alcantara of the Marlins. Alcantara. I always say Alcantara, but it's Alcantara. And they're on a 3-game losing streak right now. A 45.7% chance of winning today for the Marlins. 47 for Tampa Bay. But the Battle of Florida, give me the Rays today over the Marlins. All right, next game on deck. And bullpenpicks.com. I had the Oakland A's last night. And yesterday, I guess I could say I was bragging again. Picked up a gold glove. And if you go to bullpenpicks.com, anytime you have a perfect night, pick up one of these things. It's called a gold glove. And went 8-0 on, was it Tuesday or Monday? Monday, I think it was Monday. And yesterday I went 11-4. So in the zone right now. Magnums is 8-7 and Art 8-6. And there's Reggie Price. Welcome to the show, Reggie. 8-7. Hey, little Reggie Vision. Hey, what is it? Reggie Jackson. They used to call him Reggie Vision. Well, Reggie Price 8-7. Good job, Reggie. And back to this one here. I saw Oakland, and I did take Oakland yesterday, so it reminded me of my pick. Oakland, a 120 favorite today against the Nationals. We're going to send Anibal Sanchez to the hill against James Caprillan. I don't really like these two starting pitchers, but Oakland playing the better baseball. They are now on a 3-game win streak. 51.7% chance of winning today for Oakland. Give me the A's over the Nationals. All right, next game on the board. The Chicago Cubs against the Toronto Blue Jays. Now, the Blue Jays, as I mentioned earlier in the show, they got to get out of this one inning, big one inning. The same thing on Monday night. They had Monday night. They had that one big inning when Jansen made a I'll get that word out. Home run, a 3-hit home run, 3-run home run. There you go. And and last night another one. They seem to go through these phases where they have that one big inning. But if you want to be a complete baseball team, you want to win, in the playoffs, you want to get to the playoffs, you got to play 9 innings, right? Like they say in football, 60 minutes. Well, in baseball, Blue Jays, the bats, I know they're struggling right now with their bats. Good news is Chicago's bullpen is absolutely atrocious. Hey, the Cubbies, if you can get through their starter, you get to that bullpen, you'll be laughing because that bullpen is pretty bad. Cubbies on a 4-game losing streak right now, 65.7% chance of winning for the Blue Jays today. We're going to send ex-Dodger pitcher Mitch White, who the Dodgers probably wish they had right now, against Luke Farrell of the Cubbies. And again, that could change. There was no starting pitcher for the Cubs. Cubs again on a 4-game losing streak. All right, let me see here. Got caught up. Tim Hortons drive-through this morning says F, as well as who's Mizzou? Everyone hit that like button. Yeah, hit that like button. Let's get those likes up. Hey, we got to get the likes up. Let's get this show on the road. Seattle taking on Detroit. Hey, there's the team competing with Baltimore and Toronto in the race for a wild card spot. The Mariners going to send lefty Marco Gonzalez. Gonzalez has been pretty good in his last few outings. Today he's up against Tyler Anderson of the Tigers. A 54.3% chance of winning today for Seattle. We're now on a 2-game win streak. And when you look at the Mariners right now, let me check their record on the road. You can see they are 36-30 on the road. And against C-type teams, they're dominant. 42-27. I'm going to go right back to the well here. Give me the Mariners over the Tigers. LA taking on the New York Mets. This is the game of the night at Citi Field between the Metropolitans and the Dodgers Dodgers going to send Tyler Anderson to the hill. His last win, let me see, Anderson. Numbers right here. Bring up Anderson. 13-2, 0.69 ERA. Let me see. He's been pretty good. Unfortunately, his last win, I was looking at a 13-2 record, and I wrote down my little notes. Anderson's last win was August 7th. I go, what? How can a 13-2 pitcher have only last win? Yeah, so his last 3 starts, no decisions, 1 loss. So maybe a little dead arm here, a little fatigue kicking in here for Tyler Anderson. Because still having a great season. Lefty, 13-2, 2.69 ERA. The bad news is he's up against Jacob deGrom of the Mets. And the Mets, a 58.9% chance of winning. That was a great baseball game last night. And the Dodgers showed pitching. Man, did Reed ever go off at the end? I guess. Did you guys watch that game where Reed just after he got that last out, he as if he won the World Series or something? Hey, act like you've been there before, man. You know, especially when this is what I tell players all the time, right? And I'm sure whoever coach football and we've all scored touchdowns. You gotta act like you've been there before, right? Don't score a touchdown and think it's the Super Bowl or the Grey Cup. You gotta always act like you've been there before. If you don't, it looks amateurish, right? I thought it looked a little bit amateurish yesterday, seeing Reed just start losing it on the middle. Well, not losing it, but just overexcited. And I'm saying, man, you're the LA Dodgers. You're the best team in baseball. You're 90-38, and you're acting like you just won the World Series. What's the deal with that performance after that last out? Don't really understand that, but hey, when you're 90-38, you can do whatever you want, I guess. Metropolitans today, a 58.9% chance of winning against 48.2 for the Dodgers. I'm gonna go with deGrom here today and the Mets, even though the Dodgers are the probably right now better team. But I think this is a big game for the psychology of the New York Mets, right? This is when you think about this game, you're sending your top pitcher to the hill against the best team in baseball. And I think if you're a Buck Showalter, you're saying today, okay, this is really going to test the mental of our team, because if your best pitcher at home can't beat the Dodgers, that's not a huge problem, but from a psychological point of view, to getting over the next hump and having the confidence, maybe that's the word I should use. You want that confidence going into the playoffs, knowing your best can beat their best, one of their best at home. And this, I think, is going to be a big game for the New York Mets. I'm going to go with deGrom. I'm going to take the New York Mets here against the Dodgers. Colorado taking on the Atlanta Braves. Atlanta, $320 price tag. Not going to touch that. 74.7% chance of winning. Give me the Braves over the Rockies. Even though the Rockies got the win last night. Big win for Colorado, who are now on a 2-game win streak. And look at that. The Chop Shop on a 3-game slide right now. Boston taking on Minnesota, a 10-5 loss last night for the Bull Sox. We're going to send Michael Wacha and his 9-1 record at 2.53 ERA against Joel Ryan. Now, Ryan, if you look since July 23rd, win one, lost one, win one, lost one, win one, lost one, and he won his last game. So if he keeps that consistency of win one, lose one, well, you got to like the Boston Red Sox here today. Boston on a 3-game slide, and I'm do have them winning at a 44% on the percentage play, but only 45.2 for the Twinkies. Give me Boston today over Minnesota. Kansas City taking on the White Sox. Boy, hey.
Struggling.
Yeah, Chicago White Sox on a 5-game losing streak right now. And looking at today's starting pitcher, Lance Lynn against Chris Bubich. I'm going to go with KC in this one. The Royals have scored 25 runs in their last 2 games. How crazy is that? Is that, did I read that right? Or no, the Philadelphia, 25 runs against. But I thought I read for, let me see, go to my Russell Raymond report. I thought Kansas City scored like the 9 runs per game last 3. Confirm that in 1 second. Go right down here. Last 3 games, yeah. 9 runs for, 7.4 runs for in the last 5. But here's the bad news. They're giving up 6 runs a game. Last 3 and last 5. So gotta shore up the pitching right there. But I'm going to go with Bubich here today against a struggling White Sox team. A little bit of good value here. I think we're getting a nice plus money. So give me Kansas City over Chicago. The New York Yankees taking on the LA Angels. You got Patrick Sandoval towing the rubber here today against Garrett Cole for the New York Yankees. Now looking at Cole's last couple of starts. record 10-6, 3.31 ERA, and he finally got that win last game. Back to, even though it was against Oakland at Oakland, at 7 1/3, 3 hits, 1 run, 11 Ks. That was the first double-digit K performance since July 17th. Hopefully, he gets him back on track. I know my good friend, the Nature Boy there in the bullpen, was probably hoping that the Yankees get that win today. But I'll support the Yankees here. 59.9% chance of winning compared to 29.9% for the Halos. You got Philadelphia taking on Arizona. You got the Phillies. Yeah, they've allowed 25 runs against the last 2 games. Ooh, boy.
Struggling.
No, and no offense.
How about our offense? When are we going to put it together?
Yeah, when are they going to put that offense together? They are now on a 3-game losing streak. Arizona, hey, Tommy Henry, the lefty, going here today. Arizona on a 5-game win streak. Remember in the Raymond report, I talked about the A, Bs, and Cs. I said Arizona's the only C-type team you could probably trust right now. If you do like Arizona, I think today is a good spot if you do like them. 57.1% chance of winning. You got Tommy Henry, not one of their best pitchers, going against Bailey Falter of the Phillies. And as Stone Cold Steve Austin would say,
And that's the bottom line, because Stone Cold said so.
there you go. Those are my baseball selections for today. I'll put them up in a few seconds at bullpenpicks.com. And let's get to college football. Now, here's the thing. I did a couple of videos. If you go to our YouTube channel right here, click on videos, and I give you guys the predictions on the Thursday's games right here. Yeah, September 1st. I have videos of all the games on the Thursday, and I also have the games on all the on the Friday games. So if you want all the college football predictions, the videos are right here on our YouTube channel. Go to the front page, go to videos, go to free college football picks for September 1st, and then go to free college football picks for September 2nd. And then instead of me, repeating everything, it's all there in those videos, and maybe it's a good plug for those videos too, right? All right, so there you have it. Those are the football college predictions. But if I were to pick one game to handicap for Thursday, I love Penn State. I love Penn State over Indiana. Oh, Purdue, sorry. Got confused there with that. Who's Indiana playing again? Always getting yeah, they're playing Purdue, the Boilermakers. So I got a 29-24 final. Let me pull up that game for you guys. Let me go to my college football game report. Go to Indiana playing again. Oh, Illinois, that's why. Right. So Purdue against Penn State. It'll be at Purdue. Now Penn State's a 3-point favorite. Over under is listed at 52.5. Now the one thing with Penn State, they got the returning Clifford's coming back to quarterback, and they're loaded. They are loaded at the quarterback position. And 29-24 is the final score that I have. I do have the Nittany Lions winning at 60.8% compared to 39.1%. And I think it'll be a closer game, but than what the experts predict. But I do like Penn State. And I think they pull it off in the second half. So give me Penn State. If you look at their last 6 trips to Purdue, they are 6-1 straight up, 5-1-1 against the point spread. Give me the Penn State Nittany Lions over Purdue on Thursday's college football, and hopefully that works out for you. But again, go check out those videos, and I do have the every game prediction on those games. All right. Speaking of football, let's go to the CFL, because being a Canuck and all, got to support the CFL Football League. We are going into week number 13 of the CFL season. We got the Ottawa Red Blacks traveling to Montreal, La Belle Province, to take on the Alouettes. Montreal, a 5.5-point home favorite. The over-under is set at 49. And we got Montreal winning at 61.5% compared to 26.4% for the Ottawa Red Blacks, who won last week in Edmonton. But consistency is the name of the game here for the Ottawa Red Blacks. Montreal, they got a good quarterback in Trevor Harris. Anytime you got a veteran quarterback in the CFL, you got a chance to win every game, right? So I do like Montreal in this one. 27-21 is the computer forecast, and we got the total landing on 48.8, so we do like it to go under the total. Winnipeg Blue Bombers, 10-1 on the season, taking on the Saskatchewan Roughriders. Is this the Banjo Bowl here? I don't know, Chad Suzuka's here. They call it the Banjo Bowl. Got to go back to the Trevor, what was that? Trevor, what was his name? The kicker there. I know there was a kicker fight, and there's some things happened. Westwood. Was it Westwood? Trevor Westwood? Something like that. Anyways, yeah. So ever since then they call it the Banjo Bowl. But Winnipeg, a 3.5-point favorite. The over/under set at 44. 78.9% chance of winning today for Winnipeg on Sunday. The kickoff is at 6 p.m. at Mosaic Stadium. 20% chance of winning for the Saskatchewan. Saskatchewan coming off a big win over BC last game. I like Winnipeg in this one. Toronto taking on the Hamilton Tiger Cats. You can see here Toronto a 1-point road underdog in this one. And for the Tiger Cats, we got them 25-22. But hang on. Toronto got some bad news. Hamilton got some bad news yesterday. Matthew Schultz will be out, looks like, for 6 weeks. So I'm going to have to do a little bit of more research on this one. I can see some of the stats were generated right there. I'll give you this today, but I'll generate it, and I'll come back tomorrow, give you the latest analytics. Then you got Edmonton, Calgary now starting Jake Maier, the quarterback. What's going to happen to Bo Levi Mitchell? You got one of the best quarterbacks in the CFL, one of the top 10. I'll put Bo Levi Mitchell, the top 10 quarterbacks of all time in the CFL, and you're sitting them right now. Okay, I'm sure BC and Ottawa is saying, hey, we'll take them. But Calgary, a 12.5-point favorite against Edmonton. Chris Jones and the Elks struggling this week. Struggling big time. And we do like Calgary winning this one. 31-18 is the final. And we got the total landing on 50.5%. And those are your forecasts for the CFL week number 13. Again, I'll generate those stats, and I'll have more detail tomorrow for you guys on the CFL weekend. All right, let's get to the top 5 sports betting option in Major League Baseball today. And let's go here to Major League Baseball. Troy Westwood, yep, says Timmy Tushu. There we go. Hey, when Coach said Indiana, I started hearing sirens, says Nico Kelly. Ron, can you get the stats C-type teams when A versus team? All right, so can you get the stats of C-type teams wins versus A-type teams in Major League Baseball this season? All right, I'll check it out after the show, John, because I'd have to look it up. Illinois says bad news for 44. Yankee was in the 80% club yesterday, says Steph. WNBA says who's Mizzou. Nice laugh there from from F for fantastic. As long as you don't throw Hoosiers to make Sweet 16, I like your parlay, Nico, says F. And let me see here. Sky and under aces and over says who's Mizzou. All right, let's go to the top 5 sports betting options for today. Wednesday, Wacky Wednesday, August 31st. Seattle coming in at number 5 against Detroit, a 54.3% chance of winning, and they've been neutral now for 7 days. You got Oakland, a C-type team against Washington. They've been neutral 11 days. I do like Oakland today, but again, beer pizza money only. 51.7% chance of winning, and against those C-type teams, they only win 40% of those games. That's because Oakland started the year off horribly. San Diego, a B-type team against San Francisco, coming in at number 3. We're giving them a 47.4% chance of winning, and you can see here through the numbers, strength of schedule has been cupcakes, 39% last 7 games. New York Mets coming in at number 2. I like that because I do like the Mets here today. Minus 145. Neutral 15 days. And you can see the Dodgers, when they play A-type teams, a 53% win percentage. Look at that against C-type teams, 70%. Solid right there. 58.9% chance of winning today with DeGrom on the hill. And their number 1 betting option is the team that I picked yesterday, the Cleveland Guardians against Baltimore. We're going to see Baltimore keep it up. I know they had a really good month of August, but, it's not how you start, it's how you finish, right? And we'll see if Baltimore has what it takes to finish strong. Neutral 15 days for Cleveland, and against those B-type teams in the Ram Report, they do win 54% of their games, giving them a 56.9% chance of winning today. The Daily Market Value Index, I do have the Guardians listed at minus 135 against those B-type teams. You can see they're overvalued today at minus 170. Those are your top 5 sports betting options, courtesy of the Ram Report right here at atsstats.com. All right, let's get to bullpenpicks.com. And you can see here the top scorers right now at Bullpen Picks is Magnums at 758, Ron Raymond at 686, and there's Art55 at 661s. Want to follow these players each and every day at bullpenpicks.com. And what you want to do, once you follow their picks, go and compare your picks with their picks. This way you can build yourself a nice consensus. I'll show you how it works. So I'm going to go Texas Rangers today. I'm going to go 54%. I'm going to go with the Brew Crew with Freddie Peralta. It's, 56%. The offense is still missing in action. I'm going to go with Joe Musgrove, 53%. Don't trust Joe with his last win since June, so kind of scares me there. Cleveland, yeah, I'm going to go Cleveland here. I'm going to go 59% on the Guardians with Tristan McKenzie on the bump. I'm going to go St. Louis with Jose Quintana, 56%. I'm going to go the Rays at 54% with Drew Rasmussen. I do like Oakland at 55%. I'm going to go Mitch White and the Blue Jays at 56%. I'm going to take Seattle, Marco Gonzalez at 61%. I'm going to go Mets at 56% with the Grum on the hill. Also like Atlanta to bounce back after a loss last night, 65% against Rockies. I'm going to go with Michael Wacha. Wacha is absolutely the only silver lining right now for the Bull Sox this year. They're on the road, so I'm going to go 54%. I'm going to go KC, 53%. I'm going to go with the Yankees at 55% with Garrett Cole. And I'm going to go Tommy Henry. I'm going to go 53%. Yeah, 53, Arizona. Bullpenpicks.com. Then what you want to do, go to your following. Then you compare your picks with the other pickers, and you can see what you got going. All right, there you have it. You can sign up today at bullpenpicks.com. All right, we all know what time it is, right?
We talking about practice. Not a game. We talking about practice. Practice, man. I mean, how silly is that?
That's not silly at all, because we are talking about fun facts, and we are talking about the 80% Club stats right here at atsstats.com. Don't forget, folks, take advantage of our membership right today. If you're a member of the Bullpen, you can get 50% off your yearly membership. All you got to do is put in Bullpen in the promo code, and instead of paying $99.99, you'll pay only $49, $50, a 1-year membership. You get access to all the stats and trends, all the bells and whistles right here at atsstats.com. All right, the Tampa Bay Rays, 12-1 as a 120-140 road favorite in the month of August, the last 5 years. Pretty solid right there. Tampa Bay Rays, 10-1 as a 120-140 road favorite playing the month of August, the last 4 years, so we already said that. The under is 9-1 for the Yankees as a road team, coming off a win or coming off a game against an American League West Division opponent like the Halos this season, so 90% to the under. The Twins, 9-1 as a 120-140 home favorite playing in the month of August, so take advantage of that because tomorrow is September. The Braves, 9-1 as a home team coming off a loss over a National League West Division opponent the last 2 years, so a 90% trend right there. Keep in mind, trends are your friends. Don't pay the rent. Giants, 14-2 as a home team coming off a game where they allowed 4 runs against the last 2 years. I wouldn't trust the Giants with a 10-foot pole right now. And the under, this is the mic drop right here. The under, 13-1 for Detroit as a 120-140 home underdog, coming off a loss in Game 1 of the series last 10 years. And those, my friends, are the trends of the day for a Wednesday, Wacky Wednesday, August 31st. And as my good friend Stone Cold would say,
And that's the bottom line, because Stone Cold said so.
Straight cash, homie.
that is straight cash, and hopefully we can get you some straight cash here today. All right, this was a good show, eh? The theme of the day, the word of the day, overkill. And the reason why we said it's overkill, don't get in that overkill mode where you're handicapping all the college football games. By the end, you're saying, oh man, I love 15 games. I'm going to bet 15 games. That, my friend, is called overkill. Be careful. Be careful out there because college football is upon us. National Football League is next week. CFL, Major League Baseball, NHL, NBA, it's all coming. And you're going to have to really slack la pedale, as they say in French, for overkill football, right? All right, you know what? This was a good show here today. What do you guys think? Was it a good show? Was it a bad show? Okay show? You know, we should do this thing where at the end, you guys give me a rating on the show. Was today a 4, a 6, a 7, a 2? You know, what do you guys think the show was today? I think we should do a little fun this way, and see if I was on my A game or I need things I need to improve on. So if you guys are just posting in the bullpen, what do you think? You think it was a 2, a 7, a 5, or whatever? We'd love to see what you guys think. And again, if you enjoy the show, hit that like button. And don't forget to share it on your favorite social media platforms. Let's get more people into the bullpen. Only 29 people watching right now. Do you believe that? It's football season and we only got 29 people watching. I know it's Wednesday morning, 11:30 a.m., but we need more people watching the show. And if you can't get the show live, don't forget you can watch it on the replay right here on our Raymond Report YouTube channel. And speaking of the YouTube channel, don't forget, once you get to the channel, you can go to the little Discord button right there. And once you get to the Discord button, go in and chat with the other. And Stanley Williams, thanks for that 8. Appreciate that, Stanley. Okay, Stanley's my new best friend right now. Okay.
Holy cow!
All right. Speaking of Harry Carey, well, you know what you got to do.
Hello again, everybody. Harry Carey from Wrigley Field on a beautiful day for baseball.
To be the man, you've got to beat the man.
Joe owned the Chiefs. Owns. I don't know.
Struggling.
Can we have fun? You're damn right. I demand that we have fun.
Put that coffee down. Coffee's for closers only.
Straight cash, homie.
Holy cow!
It's a dog-eat-dog world, Sammy, and I'm wearing milk-bone underwear.
What the hell's going on out here?
Woo!
If you smell what the Rock is cooking.
That's the bottom line, because Stone Cold said so.
Let's go to eat a goddamn snack.
Hey, yeah, would you look over there? Big red lips, long blonde hair. Say, come here, baby, let me catch you stare. Like the way you walk when you walk over there. Hey, yeah, would you look over there? Long black boots and long hair. Say, come here, baby, let me catch you stare. Like the way you walk when you walk over there. Ain't no girl like, ain't no girl like that. No girl like that. I just want to talk to you. Want to talk to you. Come on, let's drive around. Take time to fool around. Come on, let's drive around. Take time to fool around. Hey! Hey now, would you look over there? Big red lips and long blonde hair. Say, come here, baby, let me get you a stare. Like the way you walk when you walk over there.
Now, if you want to crown them, then crown their ass. But they are who we thought they were, and we let them off the hook.